They're desperate.
Tent city created for displaced Israelis. Another post says that the encampment is located in Eilat, Israel, and houses 60,000 Israelis. While another says that the tent city is located in a Hamas-controlled area of the Gaza Strip and was created for displaced Zionists. While there are reports of tent cities in Gaza and Israel for people displaced by the war, this image doesn't show any of those encampments. The image was actually created using AI technology.
Of me to make it look like I'm on their side. And I have received multiple pictures like, really take, what if we just flip it? I don't know, maybe it's because I have a white face, but I'm still indigenous. That makes them feel that it would be good to have me on their side. When committing genocide based in supremacy.
They took a speech that Bella Hadid made in 2016, AI generated, to say she stands with Israel.
I stand with Israel against terror. I've taken time to truly learn the historical context.
Video of me talking about how I was offered $5,000 to support Israel publicly on my TikTok page was just taken down. This email was sent to my business email that I have set up with my management, where they basically say, if I go live and pledge my support to Israel, they'll give me $5,000, saying I've fallen for the lies of rabid dogs and it's essential to not spread the lies of terrorists. An absolutely horrible racist email. And I know I'm far from the only influencer right now who's getting emails and offers like this.
Arabs stand with Israel, and it's created as part of Israeli propaganda. This propaganda department is commonly referred to as Hasbara, and they have a full team, fully funded, to apparently they fabricated an entire interview and statements with me.
Amnesty International and the United Nations have called Israel an apartheid regime. The human rights abuses, any person who takes just a few minutes to study beyond the rhetoric that Israel is paying to push, listen.
Have you been targeted ads from Israel's foreign ministry lately? I've discovered using an analytics tool that they have spent over $7 million on YouTube ads in the past 4
I've seen hundreds of comments of people and videos of people saying that they used to think that Palestine is everything that mainstream media is making it seem, until they just took a few minutes to research.
Those things can be condemned on both sides.
Took a bit, learned some more. Israel's wrong, Palestine's right.
And some of the loudest of those voices are individuals from the Jewish community.
A lot of Zionists have been yelling in my comment about how every single Muslim hates me and how every single Muslim wants me dead. And why can't I see that? Why am I supporting them? And I gotta say, I have never felt this loved by a group of complete strangers before. Ever. And it makes me so upset to think that there was a point in my life where I believed that. I believed that Muslims hated Jewish people, period, point blank. Meanwhile, most Jews that have commented on my posts have been violent or aggressive or straight up anti-Semitic. Or calling me anti-Semitic because I think that maybe we shouldn't do genocide. The love I receive from Muslim people on this app is legitimately unparalleled to anything I have ever felt. I didn't even feel this loved and wanted in a community in Israel. So all this is telling me is that there's not really a community over there. They don't love each other because they sure as hell didn't love me. But Muslims do.
Article by social scientist Frank Newport tried to look at it, estimating that 95% of Jews have favorable views of Israel. However, this 95% figure came from identifying only 128 people who broadly describe their religion as Jewish in a much greater study of a general population over the course of 5 years. With such a small sample size in a study that wasn't initially done to survey Jews on their views of Israel, there is a significant margin of error here. But Zionists never give this context when bringing up this figure. They just love to toss it around to claim that all Jews are supportive of Israel, when that is most definitely not the case, especially when you see us coming out in droves against the state of Israel and its occupation.
Now, in addition to pumping funding and reporting news like this,
I don't understand how the whole world is in on this. Like, I understand Fox News and New York Times and CNN. Who paid off Romania? I just want to know.
she's taking cover while people are biking behind her. So they're warning people against going on social media.
Pro-Israeli people are losing the PR war, and they know it.
This is an emergency PSA. If y'all don't think posting on TikTok about Palestine is working, it absolutely is, because the pro-Israel venture capitalists are absolutely triggered. Know that Gen Z uses TikTok as a news search engine more than any other search engine and is a source for primary news. And he essentially argues that the narrative on TikTok is controlled by anti-Israel bot farms and paid commenters, likers, sharers. Are any of you paid? Because I sure as hell am not. Some basic analysis of hashtags and sees that the Palestine one has 3 billion views, whereas the Israel one only has 200 million. He calls this a distribution issue. As Crystal Ball says, though, maybe Israel has a distribution issue, Or maybe Netanyahu should stop starving and bombing babies.
Those babies she mentioned, people around the world are waking up and realizing, especially in the words of Jewish individuals, that they've been brainwashed. This is why, in desperation, they're turning to AI.
Not the Live from Israel account using AI-generated photos to strum up support. Wow. Oh, yo, they tried it.
They're literally desperate to control this narrative.
Wow. Man, thank God for screenshots, because they already took that itch down. Because not only is that insane, that is incredibly embarrassing. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is like this.
It is ethnic cleansing.
It's not just Muslims, it's not just Asians. I've seen every community here.
It's so moving as a Palestinian who's lived in Palestine and hasn't really seen this before. I mean, it's incredible.
Anyone with a conscience believes that the civilian population should never be punished in this way.
Shows you that the people stand for Palestine, while the governments, the politicians, and the media stand for the powerful.